G'day and welcome to another edition of Hef's Beer Reviews. Today I'm reviewing this beer here, Swan Draught from WA. It's a real old school Aussie classic, this one, and it comes courtesy of my good mate Loz over at the Pub Crawl channel, who was kind enough to not only send me this stubby of Swan Draught but also this sensational stubby cooler featuring his band, The Unlikely Heroes. Make sure you look them up, check them out. They're excellent, as is the Pub Crawl channel. Just really quickly before I get started, you might notice things looking a little bit different. This video is going to be uploaded prior to some other ones that have actually been filmed in the preceding days and weeks. Of course, Movember. This is being filmed midway through Movember, and Loz is an outstanding advocate for mental health. Movember, obviously raising money for men's health, specifically men's mental health and prostate cancer. Just really quickly, more men are diagnosed with prostate cancer every year than women are with breast cancer. It's the most common cancer in Australia now, and of course mental health is a massive issue. Over 60 Australians take their life every single week. Over 3/4 of those are male. And when you look at the stats of attempted suicides each year, it is just absolutely frightening. So make sure, as Loz says, you look after each other and talk to your mates. It's super important. Anyway, let's get on with this beer here, Swan Draught. I'm obviously over on the east coast of Australia. It's basically impossible to find this anywhere over here. You've got to get it from WA. From memory, I think you might have been able to get Swan Export over here back in the day, but certainly been a long time since you could do that. Swan Brewery these days owned by Lion Nathan. Once upon a time, of course, owned by infamous Australian businessman Alan Bond. Some of you, if you're my generation or a bit older, you might remember the advertisements that coincided with the America's Cup back in the mid-80s. They said you'll never make it campaign, sensational ads. Obviously, Alan Bond is not liked by everybody, but anyway, these days, Lion Nathan, owned by Kirin Mitsubishi. Enough of that. About time we crack that open. Nice bit of smoke on the opening. 375 mils, 4.4% is the ABV, so 1.3 standard drinks. Love the old school label. How good is that? Pour out into this beer glass. I'm really excited about this one. As I said, can't get it anywhere over here. I believe for a period of about 10 years, this was actually brewed. The keg version was brewed at the West End Brewery in Adelaide, and the packaged version was being brewed in Tassie at the Bogues Brewery. Unbelievable. Finally, apparently this year, back in WA, being brewed at Little Creatures. All right. There we go. Just got her in there. Nice, clear, golden appearance. And white, fluffy head that's dissipating rapidly. Good level of carbonation as well, aroma. Typical Australian lager aroma there. No doubt pride of Ringwood. And some sweet malt. All right, here we go, Swan Draught. Cheers to Loz at the Pub Crawl channel, and cheers to all of you. All right, nice, sweet malt, sweet bready malt, medium in terms of body, minimal bitterness. You know what though, there is just although the bitterness is minimal, there is a touch of hop presence in the flavour profile. just a hint of citrusy, and maybe a touch of kind of earthy note to it as well. Sessionability super high, 4.4%. Could drink these all day if you wanted to. I can't comment on the price point, unfortunately, but I'm assuming, being a Lion Nathan brewed lager, that you're probably paying $50 a case or something similar if you're over there in Perth. It's going down really well, as you'd expect from this style of beer. It's clean, it's pretty crisp, it's very refreshing. It's a very nice Aussie macro lager. If that's your thing, then no doubt about it, you're going to love this if you can get your hands on Swan Draught. I did try Emu Export a couple of years ago. My local over here had some cases of it, but I think this is better. I think the Swan Draught is better than the Emu. I'd have this right up there. It's as good as any of the Australian macro lagers. I gave, in my rankings of Australian macro lagers, Resch's Pilsner is my number one. And then I think number two at the moment is Carlton Draught, followed by Tui's New. I'd have this. I don't think it's as good as Resch's Pilsner, but yeah, it'd be up there fighting hard for second or third. I'm going to give it another sip and then a rating out of 5, and we'll wrap it up. I really like that it's got a bit of hop presence in the flavour profile. It's a little something different. It's still got that sweet bready malts. Super drinkable, super refreshing. I'm loving it. I'm going to give it a 4.5 out of 5 for Swan Draught. What a little beauty. Cheers again to Loz for sending this little ripper through. Very thankful. Otherwise I probably would not have had a chance to try it. Make sure you check out his channel. I'll pin a comment below, and thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time on Hef's Beer Reviews.